you feel physically after first came back and taking all those hits?
Right now, just feel like just played a football game. I feel like with all the adrenaline still kind of going, I'll probably know better in the morning.
Coach said that you refused to come out. You did not want to come out of the game. Is that? Did he want to take you out, and you said no? I'm staying in.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish the game for sure, regardless of what the score is. So, yeah, that's just my mentality, just to compete. I didn't work this hard to come back, even though it didn't go our way today. Just to play, only a little bit of it, regardless of how it was going. So, yeah, I want to stay in and compete to the final whistle.
What do you think went wrong with the offense today, Deshaun?
We just got to play better.
But overall, I mean, how do you get better after you were hit 17 times?
Yeah, we just got to watch the tape. Once we watch the tape tomorrow, we face our mistakes and we double back and get back, to working this week and get ready for Jacksonville.
How does the beating you took today compare to other times? You're more or less the same?
I don't know. I played a lot of football games, so I can't tell.
To other times?
Like he mentioned earlier, or asked the question earlier. I find out more tomorrow once all the adrenaline and the rush from playing out there kind of wear off.
When you look back at the time that some of your guys, some of your wide receivers missed, whether it was not playing in the preseason, just how much do you think that may have contributed to the performance today?
Yeah, we not the type of people that make excuses. So, some people can say that contribute a lot. My injury, guys missing time, but at the end of the day, once you're on the field, you just gotta, you gotta perform. You gotta execute, and we didn't do that overall, and yeah, it showed.
I asked Kevin this as well. Obviously you have this one game to build off of, but looking back at what you guys did through the offseason training camp, what gives you the confidence that this isn't a sign of things to come?
Because it's 17 more weeks. We got 16. I want to say 16 more opportunities. It's the NFL. Anything can happen. I started 0-4 in 2018. We won 11 straight. So it's one game at a time. You take it 1 week at a time. You get ready, regardless if you win or you lose. You got to scratch that one to get ready for the next week. So anything can happen. Anything is possible. We got to watch this tape. It wasn't a pretty day for us, and we got to own it as a whole, especially me as the leader of this team and leader of this offense. Correct those mistakes, get back on the same page, and get ready for Jacksonville.
Go ahead, Scott.
When you talk about the adrenaline wearing off tomorrow, do you feel like there's a chance you could have an injury that might keep you out?
No, I ain't gonna be out. I gotta have surgery again. So regardless of what it is, I'm gonna be on that field for sure.
That big hit at the end, was that the worst one?
Nah. None of them really hurt. Honestly, it's football. So, you hop back up and you make sure you're not hurt, and then you just go into the next play. So
I know it's hard to separate the two, but how did your shoulder feel? How did the throwing feel coming off of surgery? And I know you're hit 17 times, so you might not know the answer to that, but yeah. How did it feel during the game?
It was good. Managed to make some throws. It's just the timing of certain routes and things like that. We just got to get on the same page. But the shoulder, it got me through the full game. So that was a positive.
Deshaun, there was a stat in the first half that you didn't complete a pass that traveled more than 5 yards. When you kind of look at your passing chart, just a lot of passes that are at the line of scrimmage, behind the line of scrimmage, 5 yards. Is that by design? Is that, to kind of maybe counteract the pass rush? Is that because of the offensive line injuries? What do you attribute to just not the aggressive passes downfield and not being able to complete those passes?
Just the flow of the game. You gotta, whatever the play is called, you try to find the open guy, and if the guy's there, and sometimes the rush is getting there, so you got to dump it off to your check down. So yeah, it's just the flow of the game and how the game is getting called.
Deshaun, not only no preseason, but there were a lot of days in practice where you guys were not all out there together, you and your top three receivers. So what kind of effect did that have?
Like Mary Kay, I think it was Mary Kay. I think you asked that same question. or similar question. Like I said, it's no excuses. At the end of the day, like I'm not going to sit up here and bore you with just because we didn't practice full training camp or play in preseason that was the reason why we lost. I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to make excuses to any loss. So, like I said, I'm going to take the blame and get the guys on the same page, and we got to be better next week. And so we just got to go out there and execute. When we all on the field together, we got to know the plan and try to, find the weakness in the defense to, find any type of positivity.
How hard you work to get back. Does this sway your confidence at all, having a performance like this, or are you still kind of?
Hell no. I'm always be Deshaun Watson, regardless of whoever else say otherwise. So you're gonna have days like this. We all have days like this when you're playing this type of game. And that's just part of what comes with it. It comes with the territory, and especially in my position, much is given, much is required. So. You gotta add a little bit more to whatever it is. We didn't have enough this week, and we got to make sure we have enough next week to get back on the right page.
How hard is it as a leader of this team, going back to your days in Houston, like you said, to lose like that, and then be a catalyst to kind of bring this team back to where they can be?
Yeah, you got the 24-hour rule, and that rule, regardless if you win or lose, you either celebrating or you thinking about all the mistakes or all the things that could have went your way to get the W. But once you get back in that facility tomorrow at 8:30, we watch the tape. We have a heart-to-heart to, what went right, what went wrong, what we need to do better, what was bad. And then once we watch that tape, we scratch it, put it in the trash, and then we just move forward. And that's the mentality that we got to have.
With the 6 sacks and the 17 hits, did you feel like those are mostly protection issues, or did you feel like you were holding it too long at times? Like, how do you assess that?
I'm not sure. We'll figure out tomorrow once we watch the tape. I haven't had time to see the full tape or anything. So at the end of the day, regardless of what it is, that goes for just me and the whole offense, and I'm the one that's, outside of Poe, the center, touching the ball every play, I got to control that. So.
There was a moment in the locker room where it looked like, Andrew Berry kind of came over and just kind of gave you a pat on the back, and you smiled at him, kind of nodded your head. Not just say exactly what the conversation was, but just what was kind of the message that maybe he was giving you after the game.
Yeah, I mean, you just keep your head up, on to the next one. It's been, and again, it's been a long week. At the end of the day, football is definitely something that we got to take very, very serious, and it's our job, it's our career. But there's other things that's bigger than this. I lost my dad Friday. I lost my brother, my teammate yesterday, DeAndre Overton. He's only 26 years old. So yeah, I mean, it's been a long week. And they gave me an opportunity to go back home, but I told them I wanted to be here with my guys. So it wasn't even really about football. It was really just kind of his first time seeing me over the weekend, kind of let me know he's here with me.
I'm sorry to have to ask stuff like this, but how hard must that have been to lose your dad a day or two before the game, and just emotionally, did that take a lot out of you?
Yeah, I try my best to just try at least 3 hours to separate the two. But again, like I'm not going to use that as an excuse of why we play bad. But yeah, it was definitely a lot of, a heavy heart, these last couple of days. But again, like I don't want to use that as an excuse of why we lost. Yeah.
Jameis seemed like he had a lot of encouraging words and some uplifting messages for you after the game. Can you share some of what he talked to you about, and how nice is it to have a Jameis in moments like that?
Yeah, I don't want to share too much because it was very personal. Again, most of the things wasn't even, of course it was about football a little bit, but most of it was they knew exactly what I was going through. I think all the guys kind of knew. But I didn't want to cause it a distraction to the team of what I was going through. So, it was more just kind of that, letting him, letting me know that he was here with me.
What's the thought process on when you see pressure coming through and you don't see somebody have to scramble? Can you walk us through how you process a blitz of pressure and how you go about making a play after that?
If I see a blitz early enough, then flip the protection, try to get the right protection to pick it up. If I don't, try to play hot, and after that, it's reaction. You got to make something happen after that, because they got us.
The message
Last one here.
during the game between you and the offense and even you and the defense as you guys were trying to work out some of those struggles throughout the game?
Defense, we're on, they're on the field, I'm off the field, but I can speak on offensively is just keep grinding, keep going. We just you never know what play can turn the game around. We thought that we were going to have a lot of opportunities, so a lot of self-inflicted penalties that we had that kind of kept backing us up, to kind of get a rhythm. But yeah, it was just really just keep fighting, keep going, and see what happens. And it wasn't enough, and so we just got to find those ways and not hurt ourselves as a whole, and just keep pushing forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.